Oh shoot. Bruh. Alright. Where was the... Where's the document? Let's see. This is not the thing.
Wow. Pain.
Columbia Exchange. Disease. Mesoceans, Dizos. Transatlantic. Rebellions. The Enlightenment and John Locke. That was a push. I did not need that. Religion. Monotheistic, polytheistic. Several large empires. East Asia. Yakushi tributary. Foot binding. Literature. Neo-Confucianism. Japan. Vietnam, Korea. tributary system. Champagne's proto-industrialization, local consumption, market production. Abbasid Caliphate. Sufism. Seljuk. Mamluk. Crusades. Mongols. House of Wisdom in Baghdad. Delhi Sultanate. Bhakti movement. Southeast Asia. Sea-based empires. The Maya. Aztecs. Tribute system. Inca. Mita system. Bantu migrations. Great Zimbabwe. Ethiopia. Swahili states. Feudalism. The Renaissance. Feudalism. Crusades. Renaissance. Bourgeoisie. Silk Road. Crusades. Mongols, caravans, camels, junk boat, Chinese paper, races, cash, caravanserai, flying crash, Pax Mongolia, monsoon winds, Latin sails, diasporic, Zangho, camels, Shampoo. Astrolabe. Bubonic plague.
Oh my god, bro.
Land based on bias, finally. Mehmed II,
Bro,
Suleiman I, Ismail.
this kiss.
Peter the Great, Dev Sheme, Janissaries, Zamindars, Tax Farming, Sikhism, monotheistic, Islamic and Hindu beliefs. Christopher Columbus. Astrolabe, Southwest. Magnetic compass, Latin sail. Mercantilism. Vasco da Gama. Columbia Exchange. Conquistadors. Smallpox. Animals. Econ. Polygamy. Oh, that's it. Potato. Dow ships, junk ships. Grand Canal. Akti movement, Sufism. Chattel slavery, Mita system, Hacienda. Land-based empires, gunpowder, French, removal, Ottoman, South Protestant Reformation, Tunisia, Sikhism, bureaucracy, Devshirme, Janissaries, tax collection, Zamidor. Alright, Latin sale, Ashalab, Caravel, Carac, and the Dutch, Portuguese, Dutch, Mercantilism, Columbia Exchange, smallpox, malaria, measles, potatoes, maize, tobacco, cocoa, peanuts, wheat, sugar, orange, coffee, rice, horses, pigs, cattle, revolutions, and nationalism, social Darwinism, Karl Marx, middle class, Meiji era, I will also join you to study W. Are we getting a 5 on this exam or what? Yeah, AP. The exam is tomorrow. Guys, the LEQ and the DBQ are probably gonna be land-based empires, so prepare for that. And it might be the Columbia Exchange too. Laissez-faire. Free markets. Adam Smith. Labor unions. Karl Marx. Okay. Industrial Revolution. Waterways. Coal. Britain. Steel powered. Lock in. We are locked in. I like communism. Yeah, who doesn't? Everything always goes great with communism. The Enlightenment. Yeah, the Great Leap Forward and Stalin's 5-year plans were the best. Definitely helped the population. Let's see, migration, slavery, ethnic enclaves. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the White Australia policy and the Chinese Exclusion Act. Is that the 8th grade syllabus? I'm pretty sure this is a high school level class. Where my Champa Rice gang at? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's... I'm gonna slip that into my DBQ or the LEQ. Cold War. Capitalism and communism. Yep, the Great Leap Forward. Let's go. Repressive policies, negative repercussions. Decolonization. There's Ho Chi Minh, Indian National Congress, Gandhi. My grade in world is like 95. Nestle, multinational corporations. Mao Zedong to go. Why is Tim here? Bro, say cap. Alright, bro, I do not have an 87 world. I'm like mid 90s. Okay, guys, this is definitely gonna be on the either the DBQ or the LEQ, the land-based empires. These four. Also, there's like Zamandar's tax farming, tax, and then there's the Dev Shemay, and then the Janissaries. So Definitely need to know that for the exam tomorrow. Also, Sikhism, you could talk about that if there's like Mughal questions. I don't take AP World, but good luck. Yeah, thanks. Very productive study session. Yes. Alright, what is this? Let's see if I can find anything else. Oh, this is great. Land-based empire is perfect. Honestly, I don't need to study because like the MCQ is gonna be so light. Because I normally get like around 40s, 40 like mid 40s. So if you get 40 or above on the MCQ, you're basically set. So that's good. Do a Kahoot. Good idea. I gotta look over this one first. Let's see. Gunpowder. How do I zoom? Alright, that's better. Overall expansion. Mid. Constantinople. Suleiman. Jabba. I've never heard of this guy before. Akbar. Aurangzeb. Your buns. Alright, no need to insult me. I'm just trying to study for the exam. Yeah, let's do a Kahoot. Let me find one. Hang on. Be right back. I don't know. Do you take AP World? Alright, let's find. I gotta make a Kahoot account real quick. Just give me a sec. Alright. Geography, the Enlightenment. Alright, bro. Who is this guy? I think I found. What do we want to do? Let me see. Yeah, I think this is a good Kahoot. No way. The stream delay is crazy, so... 10-year delay, that's crazy. Hopefully the questions actually appear, or it's gonna be awkward. Because the stream delay is crazy. Alright, bro. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? You know what? Yeah. I think we could start. I know it's so delayed. How do we have 8 answers? Alright, bro. If you're part of this 3, you're not getting a 5 on the exam. Okay, Dev Shime is first, Timur the Lame is second, Champa Rice, and who is this? Who is this? Goonin to Haim is in 5th. Alright. I think it's... Bro, why is JVG5 here? Bro's not part of the AP World Class. Get out of here. Okay, guys, what are we doing? The Safavids are they're landlocked. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Alright, you guys could see it. Guys, I fixed it. Code, the Kahoot pin. I'll type it in the chat. We are all getting... You guys are not getting your 5 on the AP exam if this keeps happening. At this point, you guys are trolling, bro. Alright, Dev Shime with 3 correct answers. Let's go. Sunny is climbing up the ranks. Why did a European? Let's see. Shadow Swell, what's your real name? Hey, let's go! Let's go. All 10 answers are correct. Perfect. Nice. Everyone got it right. Bro, this cherry guy has to be trolling right now. Switch to quizzes. Yeah, well, we'll do quizzes after this. Hey, let's go. Let's keep this up, guys. Oh, timid and lame as B and Dev Shimei. Yo. Bro. Brazilian is the Spanish, and this is land-based. Portugal is a maritime empire, so people are climbing up. Timid and lame has to be hacking somehow. Oh yeah, this is so easy. Let's go. $20 years W for real. Best exploration. Guys, we're all getting a 5. We're all getting a 5 on the exam, guys. No. We need to lock in. We need to lock in. Answers are bold. Not always. Yeah, I'm self-studying. Any tips for? Okay, tips for the SAQ. No, not the SAQ. The FRQs is that it's definitely gonna the DBQ or the LEQ is definitely gonna be land-based empires or the Colombian exchange. So, and Hydroquavius. Oh, not self-studying. You cooked. For real, we gotta study together, guys. What's the Kahoot code? Kahoot code. We're at max right now. There's 10 people.
Holland is catching me lacking.
Why Spain? Oh no, I got it wrong. Oh no. When did y'all this? I started taking it this year. Low key, I'm gonna get smoked. Alright, bruh. Alright, guys. Who wants to do a quizzes? Cause, let's see. Let's do a quizzes.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, wow, I don't think I've ever seen your stream more lively.
For real, is this aura or something?
You got like 23 people.
Guys, be right back. I'm finding a quizzes thing. Yeah, we're gonna go do Gimkiv this AP World Day.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jason,
Yeah?
this guy's getting name leaked.
Bro. Oh, wait. When is private listing happening, I'll make you Asian.
It's
And Project
it's the
here,
other
and
guy.
Project here. Oh, I can hear myself. Yo. What is this 21 viewers, bro? Is this peak?
It's more than you.
Yeah. Bro, the 12-hour stream is gonna be tough, bro.
24-hour stream, 1 view.
I'll make you beat JVG5 and tie with brother, depending how long this lesson.
Can we talk about how the viewers drop by 8 as soon as you join the call? Is this real?
No, you joined the call too, so it's our fault. It's our fault.
No, it's
only
not
mine.
my fault.
It's Prodigy 56's fault. It's all his fault.
They don't like underage children on YouTube.
Not an underage child. I'm not an underage child.
Underage children?
So all I need is SWAT to beat GVG5 and 2v2 so he can help me with Prodigy. Bro, what are you typing in general?
That was like a long time ago.
You're not doing private lessons, bro.
You know, like, you're really easy, so I have some crazy potential, but he just don't got it. Cause you basically peaked already. Cause you've been playing for so long.
I literally got the game like 6 months ago, bro. What are you talking about?
Exactly, SWAT got it like 2 weeks ago, and he's at the same skill level.
Join myquiz.com. Yo, chat, let me cook.
Wait, what? Join my quiz. Oh, wait, quiz.
Wait, is this a virus? Am I gonna get a virus from this?
Yeah.
2747372. Do I have to sign in, bro? Are we trolling?
No, you don't.
No, I'm signing in.
247. I'm not signing in. That's too much work.
274
7371.
Okay, so is this guy mudded or what?
Are
we mudded?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's cook. Gooning to Shadow Squad. Yeah, I'm removing you. You're banned.
Bro, Bro's full name got leaked. Oh, hell no.
What's your full name? What's your full name?
Full government name is wild.
What's wrong with that? Yeah, that's it. Gooning to Shadow Squad's being removed. Say goodbye.
I can't move it. I can't remove him. I can't remove him. I can't remove him. I want to remove Santra Khan.
I'm removing your family.
Wait, can I start it? I can't start. Bro, hurry up.
Santra Khan.
Notice how there's only 10 people now?
Is Op Tim? It's a very Tim user.
Oh, it's starting.
Please do not say the questions out loud. Gosh darn it!
Oh, I got it right.
Memes on? Can we turn off memes?
Yeah, I can turn off memes. Oh, wait, off. Okay, there you go.
Yo, I've gotten 2 wrong in a row.
No, I've gotten 1 wrong.
Hey, what's good? On Nav W's. Bro's also live streaming his cram session W's. Bro, Anthony, someone's roasting you in the chat.
Such dumb name. Yeah, you're banned, buddy.
Yo, I got a 2 losing streak. I'm so smart.
You're dang right.
The city of Constantinople.
Serves the initial.
Oh, wait, I know this one. Yes.
Yo! These questions are horrible. Who came before them?
It's a Latin sail.
Okay, so now we're just lying. Southeast Asia and the Muslims, are we just lying now?
Yo, it's good, Andrew Chan.
Is that your brother?
No idea. I hope you get a 5. Yes. Yes, thank you. You too, bro. If you're taking it, we're all getting 5s, guys.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so like this isn't even a question that I need to know. So like, why isn't it on the quizzes?
Oh my goodness.
Yo, this is a horrible.
They should give partial credit for select the following.
I need to know. None of these questions I need to know.
Okay, fine. Let me find something better.
So bad is a bad quizzes.
No, don't worry. Someone said I'm so scared. Don't worry, just relax.
This guy, you're not. Whoa! I don't think you can say that. He says he's gonna Swiss cheese me.
What? That's pretty weird, guys.
I'm gonna fucking tweak.
Whoa, language.
Let's go. I'm at 5th place right now.
I'm in 4th. Wait, I'm so smart. What should the following serve as initial mode for Spanish translation?
I'm literally guessing on every
Yo,
single
I found it. I found a slideshow. I found a slideshow we could use.
A slideshow?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
It's better than the quizzes.
A slideshow?
Yeah, I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
Let me see this. The Song Dynasty.
No, is that Shadow SWAT's Dynasty?
Alright. The Song Dynasty governed with. What is the word?
I don't know, you tell me.
What does it mean, govern with?
I think it like Confucian principles.
No, of course you know. Of course you're learning about that.
All the Chinese dynasties use those.
For real.
Oh my goodness.
Let me cook.
I got.
Hey, let me join the Discord. Oh no. Oh no. This guy wants to join the Discord. Korea, Vietnam. Yo, guys, I won the quizzes. W, bro, won the quizzes. Nice.
I didn't
Korea,
finish yet.
Vietnam,
Wait, I
Japan
didn't
borrowed
finish
some
yet.
culture from the Song.
I gave up. I gave up. Alright. Korea, Vietnam, Japan borrowed some culture, and we're not giving it back. How do I find the answers? There's no answers here.
Bro, this guy's got to know it.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh my days. Oh no.
Who's this guy?
We're not gonna get
Bro, none of this
anything. I don't get paid here.
none of this relates to like the topics, you know. You know what? I'm just gonna open something and then we're just gonna practice off of that.
I'm locked in Shadow Squad's basement. You won't let me out.
Let's see. Quizlet, what's this? Yo, what is this?
I wonder if Mushy's ever heard of noise suppression. Like ever.
Guys, do you recognize any of the words in here?
What words?
I recognize world history.
Yeah, I recognize.
Sepoys, Berlin Conference,
Oh yeah, okay.
palm oil.
Palm oil in the Big 25.
Bro, I'm cooked. What do I do? Yo, study with us. Study with us.
Studying here is making me lose brain cells.
No, what do you? No. Wait, I could pull up something even better. Alright, I found it. Let's go.
What'd you find?
Bro, I could talk this game.
Alright.
What is that?
Japan, Korea, Vietnam, similar to China, similar Buddhism, Confucianism, but Shinto, yup. And they don't have centralized. Nah, 45 out of 55 is really good. Do the AP World practice questions on Blue Book. Yeah, that ain't gonna help. You have to like just lock in for the MCQs.
Yo, why is this guy streaming Roblox?
Ooh,
This random guy in the VC.
actually,
Yeah.
this guy might be the GOAT, bro. Let me see this guy.
I mean, he's launching it.
That's actually cool wallpaper. See how much Robux this guy has.
10.
Oh, wait. We could do the AP one Roblox review.
No,
Oh
no,
my
I'm not
gosh,
doing
you're
that.
dang right. You're dang right.
We could do the AP one Roblox review. Let's go. Alright. Shadows will answer me. Bro, get this cherry guy out of the chat, bro. Who is this guy? What is this guy yapping about?
Or I'll beat your
Alright.
Ban this guy, ban
This
this
is
guy.
definitely gonna be on the LEQ, the DBQ, so Gunpowder Empires.
Alright, I'm playing AP World Study game. Let's
Wait,
go.
can you do Blue Book
Yeah.
questions on the stream?
I'm gonna do unit.
Nah. I already, my average for my MCQs, I get around like 40 or 46. That's my thing. So, alright guys, let's go over the Gunpowder Empires, which is definitely gonna be a LEQ or DBQ. So, the Ottoman Empire, they have the Dev Shemay system, which they kidnap Christian boys that are teenagers, and they convert them, they bring them back,
Whoa.
and
Okay, what?
they become, and then they educate them under the Islamic things.
This is very true. I remember hype.
Bro, where's this photo at? Yeah, this is mine. Only I have these documents, so you better stay in the stream.
Mark, I
Think
can't
I
read
should
the
leave.
documents.
So,
He's RPGing, bro.
this is also
You're telling me if I don't look up APWH Unit 3 cheat sheet, it's not just gonna pop up?
Bro, what is this? I need some mods in the chat, bro. Bro, Cherry? Well, these guys are insane, bro. Yo, Moshi, get in the chat. I'll give you mod perms.
I'm 69.
Yeah.
Say something in the chat. I'll give you
I'm
mod
not too
perms.
old for you. I like them younger.
Yo, free perms.
I add as a
Yo,
moderator.
this guy's low-key
Free
real, though.
perms.
Okay.
Sus baby chat so I can see my very important messages. Hey, which one of y'all is... Oh, you see the JVG5 character?
Yeah.
What?
Alright, we got off topic. So, Devshirme is when the Ottomans go into like Eastern Europe and they kidnap teenagers, which is seen right here, and then they're educated
Yeah, I do that.
by the Ottomans, and then they serve the Ottomans as Islamic stuff.
Okay. JVG5, people are stealing your name.
That does do the blue book questions. Yo, Fire, what's up?
They're claiming
Honestly, should I do the blue book questions? I don't feel like doing that.
Hey, which one of y'all is Anthony Caruso? Oh,
this JVG5 fellow.
Okay, so Janissaries, they're like the elite groups that graduated from the Devshirme system. Then arts, it's the Suli, the mosque.
Yeah, you just need to know it's the mosque.
Yeah, the Sophia mosque.
Oh, the Shah Jahan. I love the Shah Jahan.
Yeah, car nerd, yeah. No, it's not imperialism, it's the Columbian Exchange and the gunpowder kingdom.
Why are we not giving out access?
I'm gatekeeping.
Bro's gatekeeping 5s on the AP exam, guys. This guy's crazy.
Yeah, you only get 5s if you watch the stream, guys. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Zamindars.
You get access to it, guys.
The Mughal Empire uses Zamindars, which is the taxation guys. Shah Jahan created Taj Mahal. Not gonna lie, our history teacher never taught us about Ottoman Empire. College Board loves the Ottoman Empire.
Oh yes, Peshawar loves to bring it up.
Alright. Akbar.
Oh yes, Mehmed II. I love Mehmed II.
Suleiman the First.
I don't know what skins.
Aztecs. Songhai.
Songhai. Actually, I don't think we need to know that. I don't remember the Songhai.
Are there any good Unit 3 DBQs and books or something?
Books in the Big 25?
Oh.
Who's reading books?
What's Unit 3? This is Unit 3.
On,
yeah.
That's the one you're on, buddy. 1450 to 1750.
Same for 4. What's 4? 4? Oh, maritime developments. Oh yeah, we need to know all of this. The caravel.
Caravanserai?
No, that's the cities, like the inns. Latin sale.
Astrolabe?
Yeah, the astrolabe. The Karak, caravel, and the flute.
Okay, I don't think you need to know the ship names.
Wait, there's a live stream in the Discord. Yes, I'm.
Oh yeah, you need to know Latinas. Latina
What?
sale.
What? The Latin sale, guys.
Latina sale. Guys, when you're like.
Okay, fine. I'll do the blue book stuff. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I gotta make sure none of my info gets leaked.
There you go.
I gotta make sure none of my info gets leaked. Hang on. Let's see, blue book. Let's see. For students.
What is this? What is blue book? Is this a hack? I think you've been watching too much TikTok. Where are we getting this info from?
It's college board stuff. Let me see if
we're doxing. So we're doxing everything. Leaking the info.
I gotta make sure no info gets leaked.
Well, you just leaked your age. So.
Where?
It said 2027 on that.
Yo, Moshi, stop moderating so hard, bro. You're moderating too hard, bro. Untimeout card nerd. Untimeout card nerd. Justice for card nerd.
Bro's no lifing.
Alright, let's see. AP World MCQ. Modern exam.
Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I log in tonight to make sure my stuff works. Cause I don't remember what my password or email is. I'm not gonna hold you. Guys, I
Alright.
heard there was no gooning during the AP exam.
Yo, what's good?
Big
Night
L.
live.
No
Yo,
goon, bro.
Mushy, why are we timing people out, bruh? Untime out. I got untime out these guys. How do I?
Malphite doesn't respond either.
How do I untime out, bro? No, no. I'm removing Mushy as a mod. I'm removing Mushy as a mod. Get this guy out of here. Oh yeah, that's good. Alright, how do
You
I
always scam your viewers, huh?
how do I do the MCQ reviews?
Guys, I'm gonna keep I hate Mushy in chat. Let's see what he does.
Guys,
Oh my god. Oh my.
how do I don't know how to take the practice stuff.
Yeah, I don't know where that is either. I'm not gonna hold you.
I have no idea
I
where
will
it
hold
is.
ya.
Yeah, you're gay.
How can I take a practice exam? Let's see. Guys, I can't find where I could take the practice exam. Practice. Yeah, how do I get that though? I don't know where to get that. Practice.
Bro, docs is school. Oh, yeah, this guy's stupid, bro.
No, this is it. No, this is in the
on Blue.
Discord.
Yeah, how do I get the
Administering
thing on Blue Book?
Can we stop doxing the IP?
Bro, this is just his screen share, bro.
It doesn't matter if it's in call. We still have. Mushy does not need to know bro's school location.
On timeout me. Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
On time I'm out. On time I'm out.
I have no idea. Yeah, I can't do
mod,
this, bro.
Yeah, give me mod.
I can't do this.
Give me mod. Give me
But you should just study by yourself. Studying on stream is not helping.
Well, if you give me mod, then maybe you'll do better.
Alright, back to the thing.
When is bro gonna share the document?
Never.
That's not right now. Do it. Or I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna pause your stream, copy the link, and then give it to Anthony.
Hell nah, I'm deleting the link.
It's too late. It's too late. It's already been there. It's already been there. Is bro gonna delete the VOD?
Enough is enough.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Enough.
The big info. Colombian exchange.
The big one.
Trade of disease, foods, and animals between the eastern and western hemispheres.
Oh, are we trolling? Right, I just found it online. I just found the document.
Cap.
Okay. Actually, this might not be the exact same one, but it's a document, and it's pretty cool.
Yo, why do you want to see me take the practice MCQ?
Because he's a freak.
Bro wants to see me take it. Hell nah. I'm revealing my tactics.
Oh heck, tactics? Whoa.
Yeah, I have tactics to score higher on the MCQ. Where'd you get this doc? I'm gatekeeping this doc. You have to stay here.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. Diseases, smallpox, measles, the plague. Animals, foods. Crops.
Bro's gatekeeping the big 25.
To see if my answers are got my bro. doesn't? I'm so confused. First time period the day before the exam cooked for real. Honestly,
No gooning.
Vasco da Gama.
The what now?
Zheng He.
Oh yeah, Zhonghe.
Alright.
Zhongyi, I think that's what I call mine.
Let's go to World War II. Where is that? I love learning about. Oh wait, the Cold War. The Cold War. What with the Gaznov and what was that? The who was the last guy?
Gorbachev.
Yeah, the Gorbachev guy.
Yeah,
Like his two policies, was it the broken glass, the gas knot, and what was the other one? Trust, we're getting fives for real. We're getting fives.
So someone here is getting a 5.
Zheng He is important, bro. Yeah, he's one of the 9 people that the college board likes.
Yeah, I know, cause I'm a pro.
God, bro.
Alright, let's see.
What the goon? It goes to the goon.
I don't think we need to know about like
I love Chinese people.
stressing so hard about passing this exam. Do you anyone? No.
Guys,
Okay,
hashtag
Scholar.
that we love Chinese people.
Yeah, Scholar. What if you have a good grade in like your world class? You don't have to worry that much. Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Well.
Please do the blue book. I need this leaked. Dog, I'm not doing the blue book. I'm not doing the blue book. We could search up our regular multiple choice questions online, but I'm not doing the blue book. Oh yeah, I found it. Gorbachev, the perestroika, and gas knot. Whatever this is.
Bro needs to link the practice sheet. Bro needs to link it.
I'm gonna search up AP World MCQ questions. Alright, so I'll tell you guys what I use. Actually, I'm not gonna click on the college board. Alright. In addition to commission, let's find a better one. The more power government has. Hello. Blue book is what you use to take the test on. I'm just trying to find SDR.
Okay, that's where I'm taking it. I don't know if there might only be one room. I don't even know.
Okay, I found a good one. Okay. This guys. So here's how you answer the MCQ questions if you're interested. What is this guy? Oh, wait, hold up. Bro's watching the bro's watching Freemanpedia. Who is this guy?
What?
This guy's speedrunning Freemanpedia right now. Oh, we're studying for the AP exam, trust.
Who is doing Freemanpedia? What? I don't see this in chat.
Okay, guys, here's a strategy to answer the multiple choice. So
always pick C, guys. It's gonna work. Trust.
No. Just cross off like the wrong answers, and then you most likely you have a 50-50. So you just have to guess. Freemanpedia, Heimler. Heimler is way better, but Freemanpedia is pretty good. Hang on, I gotta go get some food, so I'll put up
Oh Oh my gosh, bro. This guy's for not eating. Oh my days.
I'll put up Heimler or...
Can we get some facts in the chat for this?
Oh wait, Heimler's live. Heimler's live.
Hards High School in Florida. She is the best. Bake, Cole, the Basher Hunter.
W.
We're all
Heimler.
doing our super secret range. Maka, Usha, Basher, also Shalom, JP. Let me do a couple more here. Jonathan Caceres.
Giving shout outs, bro. Giving shout outs.
Shout out the GOAT, Mr. Fox, for everything this year at Hilton. Hashtag Champa Rice Gang. Also,
hashtag Champa Rice Gang.
Tung Sahur.
Oh my god.
Kathleen Keffer, please give a boop.
Drop the link in the Fina review. Guys, I'll drop the link after I end the stream. Before I end the stream, I'll drop the link. What are these? Bro, I do not watch any of these videos.
Bro,
Let's just
not dropping the link before he ends the stream. He's lying.
Goodbye, guys.
This
is the wrong AP chat. Oh wait, is the thing open? Can I? Yes, it is open. Guys, I'm moving to another VC. Goodbye.
What? Why?
Hang on, I stay in the VC. I'm gonna be back. I gotta check this out.
Was lying.
Alright, you got 1 minute left for this one, and then it's gonna move on. There's more of these, and I can also I can keep these periodization ones kind of keep.
Never mind, I'll just go back. Okay, never mind, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. Guys, it was a horrible VC, let's be honest.
I see a cherry. Guys, I'm gonna live stream the blue
Shadow
book
SWAT,
soon.
I will miss gooning to your voice.
Are we serious right now?
So much.
Well, hey there, and welcome back to Heimler's History. Now, in this video, I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about Unit 3 of AP US History.
Nah, this is AP US History. I'm not watching AP US History.
So, like,
Why don't we drop
in the link, bro? Lock in.
At the end of the stream.
Back to Heimler's History. In this video, we're going to look at all you need to know about Unit 3 of AP World History. So if you're ready, buckle up. Let's get to it.
No, Heimler streams are too long.
How is it that land-based empires gain and maintain control over such large
I'll go
from 1450 to 1750? And the short answer is this. They did it by consolidating power and legitimizing their power. And that just means that rulers were basically concerned to communicate the following message. I'm in charge, and let me show you how I'm in charge. So first, let me list the major empires that we'll be considering during this period. We're going to look at the Manchu and their establishment of the Qin dynasty in Central and Southeast Asia, the Mughal in South and Central Asia,
yeah, I'm gonna go make
some
food.
Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa, and the Safavid in the Middle East. Now, these aren't the only empires I'll mention, but they're among the most important when we're considering these themes. So let's start with how these empires consolidated power. The first way they did so was by centralizing a bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is just a group of people employed by the government who carry out the will of the emperor. Let me start by giving you some examples. In China, the Manchu people established the Qin dynasty in 1644. And one of the ways they consolidated power was by reintroducing the civil service examination. Anyone who wanted to work in the bureaucracy had to pass this examination, and therefore it provided the means by which the leadership in China would both think the same things and believe the same thing. This is important to know because the Ming dynasty, which preceded it, was the last native Chinese dynasty. When the Manchu came in to establish the Qin dynasty, they had a lot of incentive to legitimize their power because they were essentially foreigners. The Ottomans consolidated power through the Devshirme system. This was a system in which the Ottomans enslaved poor Christian boys from southern Europe and the Balkans and made them to serve in their military and their bureaucracy. These enslaved boys received a thorough education in philosophy and politics and art, and once they were educated, some of them joined the Janissaries, which was an elite force in the army, or they became bureaucratic workers, and some of them even rose to the highest ranks of government. Either way, these folks ended up being fiercely loyal to the Sultan. Okay, let's go over to the Songhai Empire. The Songhai rulers consolidated their power essentially in three ways: by controlling trade routes, alliances, and military expansion. Additionally, their kings put their power on display through court rituals. If you had been there, you would have seen a king on a platform surrounded by 700 eunuchs, and if you wanted to approach, you had to do so face down on the ground. And that is a way of convincing you who's in charge. Now, there is an exception to this centralizing of power through bureaucracy, and that's our friends in the Aztec Empire. Now, their empire was still pretty massive, but they relied less on centralized power. The way they consolidated power was through something called a tribute system. This manner of ruling meant that the conquered peoples, or tribute states, owed certain goods to the conquerors on a regular basis. And the result of this is that the Aztecs could rule a diverse empire without being directly present. Okay, the Aztecs being accepted, it was pretty common for empires during this period to consolidate power by creating a bureaucracy. Okay, I've already mentioned some uses of the bureaucracy. What else is a bureaucracy good for? You know what it is. Collecting taxes. I mean, come on, border expansion, enslaving foreign peoples, giant palaces full of emperor swag, and it gonna pay for itself. So land-based empires relied on collecting taxes from their respective subjects. And this review would not be complete unless we talked about how they did. In the Mughal Empire, the emperor appointed a group of bureaucrats called zamindar, and they went out to various places in the empire to collect taxes based on land holdings or production. The Ottomans had a system called tax farming. Rather than having government bureaucrats go out and collect taxes, they had a group of folks called tax farmers that went out and did it for them. Now, tax farmers were told the amount that they needed to collect, but that didn't keep them from collecting a little more to pad their own pockets. If we go across the world and look at the Aztecs, they didn't exactly collect taxes, but they did something similar. For each of their tribute states, they made up different tribute lists which outlined the kinds of goods they wanted from those places. And depending on where those states were located, those items could include food or goods or sometimes people. Oh, they needed people because they needed slaves, right? No, they needed people because they had religious rituals that required human sacrifice. All right, everyone, quiet down, quiet down. We just got our tribute list from the Aztecs here, and it looks like they're going to need some maize, some grain, and Kevin. What do they need me for? Okay, one other thing that taxes are good for is supporting giant military complexes, and that's another thing that land-based emperors did to consolidate power during this time. Eurasian empires relied on gunpowder-based weapons to blow people up and secure a healthy amount of intimidation. Over in the Americas, they didn't have gunpowder, but those empires were fierce nonetheless and caused a healthy amount of intimidation without it. See previous statement on human sacrifice. Now, one of the common features in the militaries of these land-based empires was that they each had an elite group of soldiers. The Ottomans had the Janissaries, who were enslaved Christians, but who through lots of education and training became fiercely loyal to the Sultan. And the Safavids had the Ghulams, who were fiercely loyal to the Shah. And that was true even though they were taken from minority enslaved populations like the Armenians and the Circassians. And the Aztecs also had an elite squad of soldiers made up of enslaved people. And this was part of what they called the blood tax to their tribute states. Okay, we've talked about two ways that land-based rulers consolidated their power during this period. And now let's talk about how they legitimized their power. I mentioned before that these empires were huge and covered lots of territory and included lots of diverse populations. And in general, sheer military might is not enough to help the people see the power and submit to. And that's where religion, art, and monumental architecture come in. And let's start with religion. How did these emperors use religion to show that they were the ones in charge? Well, Islamic emperors took on the title caliph, which indicated that they were legitimate successors to Muhammad. In Europe, kings and rulers embraced the doctrine of the divine right of kings. And that just means that the king is God's man on earth and is therefore necessarily carrying out God's will in his actions. In the Songhai Empire in Africa, the rulers and nobles all converted to Islam. Now, all things being equal, religion in an empire can be a real unifying force and can really put the legitimacy of the power of the emperor on display. But sometimes religion can crack the whole thing apart. Over in Europe, the Protestant Reformation challenged the corrupt practices of the Catholic Church and led to a lasting split between Catholics and Protestants. So now European rulers had to decide whether their kingdom was going to be Catholic or Protestant, and as you can imagine, that led to some bitter disputes. Even so, the split actually contributed to the growth of Christianity because, as it turns out, when Christians live in different houses, they can actually think about something other than fighting. Another example of religious conflict is the Ottoman-Safavid conflict. Both of these neighboring empires were Muslim, but not the same kind of Muslims. The Ottomans were Sunnis, and the Safavids were Shia. Each considered the other heretics, and although they had many disputes over border territory, these conflicts were deeply religious too. Another way rulers legitimized their power was through art. Officials in China's Qin dynasty commissioned portraits of their emperors and high officials, and if you pass by those portraits enough, you're likely to start thinking to yourself, I think that guy's in charge. And in Europe, rulers took care to patronize artists as well. And a third way that rulers legitimized their power was through monumental architecture. Now, what does that even mean? Well, monumental architecture basically refers to these giant structures built by these emperors whose features far outstrip their functionality. For example, in the Mughal Empire, Shah Jahan commissioned the Taj Mahal to be built as a tomb for his wife. Now, what do you need to bury someone? Basically, you just need a box and a hole in the ground. So what's with all the extra here? Well, it sends a message. What message is that? Well, Shah Jahan wanted everyone to know who saw it that he was great and that he was in charge. Louis XIV also did this in France when he built a palace at Versailles. Again, nobody needs this size of palace and nobody needs this degree of beauty and ornamentation to live. But such a structure sends a message to the people. It has a way of legitimizing the power of the guy who lives there. Not to mention, Louis had all the nobility living right there with him, so he could keep tabs on exactly what they were doing. You can imagine how difficult it would be for any of the nobles to challenge him under those conditions. All right, I reckon if you can cram all of that into your brain folds, you got what you need for Unit 3. I'm here to help you get an A in your class and a 5 on your exam. So if that's something you're into, then subscribe and come along. And hey, if you like this video, then like it. All right, welcome to Unit 3 for AP World History. That means it's time to talk about how land-based empires were expanding in the time period 1450 to 1750. And that, my friend, is a juicy story. So if you're ready to get them brain cows milked, let's get to it. I'm going to introduce you to these empires in a minute, but first let me tell you what they all had in common. First, these empires were land-based, which means their power came from the extent of their territorial holdings. Now, in the next unit, we're going to get cozy with various sea-based empires, which are cropping up during this exact same time period, and the difference is that those empires get their power from, the sea. Second, each of these empires is expanding during this period, not unlike my sweatpants on Thanksgiving Day. And third, the main cause of that expansion was their militaristic use of gunpowder. And that's why you often hear them referred to as gunpowder empires, which is a good name because it would be much more confusing if they were called Douglas. That's not funny. Anyway, the point is these land-based empires that sprang up in the wake of the fall of the Mongol Empire were growing in this period, and it was the empires that adopted gunpowder weapons that came out on top. And that reminds me, the equivalent of gunpowder in AP World History is my Heimler review guide. It's got exclusive unit review videos, no guides to follow along, land-based empires that you have to know, so let's get familiar with. First, meet the Ottoman Empire, which is the most significant Islamic empire during this period. It was founded in the 14th century after the Mongol Empire went the way of the dodo, and it started small, but it grew rapidly for two reasons. First, they controlled this bit of water right here known as the Dardanelles. It was a highly strategic choke point, and they used it to launch many of their campaigns of expansion. And second, Ottomans got busy developing and using gunpowder weapons, obviously. And by the beginning of our period, much of southwestern Europe and Anatolia was under Ottoman control. But perhaps one of the most significant achievements of the Ottomans was the sack of Constantinople, the heart of the Christian Byzantine Empire in 1453. Anyway, Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II sent his giant military along with their giant cannons to lay siege to the city and started blasting the walls to pieces, and that meant their military.
Yeah, exactly. I'm only focusing on like 1450 to 1900 right now, so that's what I'm focusing on right now. So we're just focusing on like the main topics.
Could pour into the city for their assault. Anyway, the Ottomans renamed Constantinople to Istanbul, and it became the crown jewel of their growing empire. By the end of our period in 1750, the Ottoman Empire had expanded prodigiously. Second, let's get to know the Safavid Empire here in the Middle East. Now, it was established at the beginning of the 1500s out of the ashes of former Muslim empires, and it also had a humble beginning. But as the empire grew under the leadership of a Shah named Ismail, a very significant development occurred. Namely, the Shah declared his empire a Shia Muslim state, and let me explain why that is kind of a big deal. Since before this period, two major divisions of Islam developed, the Shia and the Sunni. Without getting too far into the significant differences between these two sects, it's going to be enough for you to know that their main beef had to do with their conflicting beliefs about who was the legitimate successor of Muhammad. The Shia believed that it could only be a blood relative of Muhammad, while the Sunnis believed successors could be elected by the people. Anyway, the reason that decision was so significant is because it made the Safavids real stanky in the nostrils vassals of neighboring Sunni Muslim empires, most notably the Mughal to the east and the Ottomans to the west. Anyway, later under the rule of a guy named Shah Abbas, the Safavid military was expanded like mad, and they went ahead and adopted gunpowder weapons, and then they had all they needed to start expanding like an imperial boss. Okay, third, let's meet the Muslim Mughal Empire over here in South and Central Asia, which replaced the Delhi Sultanate in the 16th century under the leadership of our boy Babur. And like the previous empires mentioned, Babur made use of an expanding military armed with gunpowder cannons and guns to extend the geographic reach of his empire. But the Mughal Empire expanded even further under Babur's grandson, Akbar. No, not that one, that one. And this guy was all kinds of tolerant of religious beliefs, which was real nice after centuries of Muslim rule over the majority Hindu population. Additionally, Akbar was a masterful administrator of the empire, and under his leadership, the Mughal became the most prosperous empire of the 16th century. And finally, you need to know the Qing dynasty in China. Now let's back up for a second. With the decline of Mongol rule in China, a new dynasty was established, namely the Ming dynasty in the 14th century. Now it's going to be important to know that the Ming dynasty was ethnically Han, which is to say that after the outsider Mongols went away, they established a truly Chinese dynasty again. The Ming established peace and order throughout East Asia and expanded their borders through what? Diplomacy? No, gunpowder. Gunpowder is always the answer in this unit. Anyway, by the 1500s, the Ming dynasty was fracturing due to internal divisions and external wars, and that's when the Ming falls apart and we get the rise of the Qing. Now the Qing dynasty was established by another group of outsiders, namely the Manchu people to the north of China. In 1636, they went ahead and took advantage of the fractured Ming dynasty and invaded to set up their own dynasty. And from there, Qing rulers launched a 40-year campaign of conquest to claim all the former Ming territory, including Taiwan and portions of Mongolia and Central Asia. And the important thing to remember here for this unit is that the Manchu were not ethnically Han like the majority of China's population, which would later cause no small amount of tension. Okay, now that you know some of the major land-based empires, you further need to know that they got a little spicy with one another. What I mean is, since all these empires had unlimited expansion on their to-do list, it was inevitable that they would clash with one another, and they did. And their clashes mainly had to do with conflicting religious beliefs and political goals. And I'm in the mood to give you two examples. First was the Safavid-Mughal conflict, which was a series of wars fought between these two Muslim empires in the 17th century. Now, both empires had their eye on expanding into the Persian Gulf and Central Asia, but even more to
reason why I'm doing Heimler right now because I have to eat, so watching Heimler while eating. So yeah, that's why.
The rulers of land-based empires from 1450 to 1750 had to figure out how to keep power and how to administer their empires. And baby, that's what this video is all about. So if you're ready to get them brain cows milked bureaucratically, then let's get to it. Okay, now right here at the beginning, I need to explain two very important terms that will probably have you more confused than a fart in a fan factory. This particular topic is all about how rulers of land-based empires legitimized and consolidated their power. You're gonna see those words all over your exams and your textbook reading, and if you don't know what they mean, then in the immortal words of Eleanor Shellstrop,
you're basic.
Oh, and by the way, if you want note guys to follow along with this video and all my videos, then check the link in the description. They're really good for folks who don't like reading their
10 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'll join.
textbook, but still want to do well in their class. So that's you. Check it out. Anyway, when rulers take measures to legitimize their power, that refers to the methods the ruler uses to communicate to all their underlings who is in charge. What's got two thumbs and will cut your head off if you cross me? This guy. On the other hand, when rulers take measures to consolidate power, that refers to the methods the ruler uses to take power from other groups and claim it for him or herself. Okay, so now that you understand those terms, we need to consider three ways rulers of land-based empires legitimized and consolidated their power. First was through the creation of large imperial bureaucracies. And here's another stinking word that you don't understand, so let's define it. A bureaucracy is
Yeah, for real, Lily, good luck on the exam. It's either you get a 5 or you don't get a 5, so hopefully you cook, but if not, you're cooked, so good luck. Bro, I'm studying this too. Yes. When I end the stream, I'll drop like the link of like all of these documents, so yeah.
is a collection of government officials that ensures that the laws are being kept throughout the empire. And if you remember my last video, these land-based empires were expanding like mad during this period, and so the larger the empires became, the larger the bureaucracies grew in order to make sure that these vast empires could be properly administered. Now, this is true of basically all major empires during this period, but I'm just going to give you one specific example from the Ottoman Empire, namely the Devshirme system. Now, this was a system by which the Ottomans staffed their imperial bureaucracy with highly trained folks, who in this case were slaves. For example, in their campaigns for territorial conquest in the Balkans, the Ottomans enslaved Christian boys who were then sent to live with Turkish families so that they could learn the language, and then they were sent to Istanbul for a proper Islamic education. Now, many of those boys ended up in the Ottoman military, but the cream of the crop were given further education and sent to work in the Ottoman bureaucracy, where their elite education made them wise and effective administrators of the empire. But then the second way rulers administered their empires was by expanding their militaries, and especially by creating elite cadres of military professionals. In the Ottoman Empire, that same Devshirme system supplied elite soldiers that became known as the Janissaries. And they were also made up of enslaved Christians and formed the core of the Ottoman standing army, which was significantly increasing in size during this period. Okay, now the second major way rulers legitimized and consolidated their power during this period was through religion, art, and architecture, and I'll give you an example of each. In terms of religion, European monarchs claimed to rule by divine right, which is to say that the king or queen ruled with the approval of Jesus himself. And it's not hard to understand why this belief, if accepted among the people, would legitimize the power of a monarch. Most of the folks in Europe were Christians, and if a monarch ruled by divine right, then to oppose the king was to oppose God himself, and that was no bueno. But over in the Americas, the Aztecs used the religious practice of human sacrifice to legitimize their power. Now, to be fair, this practice predated the Aztecs and was common among the Mexica people before they became, the Aztecs. They believed that their sun god lost energy at regular intervals and could only be reinvigorated through the spilling of sacrificial human blood. But at the height of the Aztec Empire, priests and rulers worked in tandem to perform these sacrifices, usually with captured prisoners of war, and they gathered whole cities for the ritual. And all of this had a way of letting everyone know in attendance who was in charge. Now, in terms of using art to legitimize power, we have a great example over in the Qing dynasty. There, Emperor Kangxi displayed imperial portraits of himself around the imperial city. Maybe to you, that just sounds like, he was really into himself, and I don't know, maybe he was. was, but these portraits served to convince the Chinese that Kangxi was their legitimate ruler. Remember from the last video that the Qing were ethnically Manchu, which is to say not natively Chinese. That means they were outsiders, but in these portraits, Kangxi is depicted according to traditional Confucian values, which would have appealed to his Chinese subjects and hopefully convinced them to accept his rule. And in terms of using architecture to legitimize rule, I'm in the mood to give you 2 examples. Here you see the Palace of Versailles, which was built for the French monarch Louis XIV, and it was massive. When the people of France saw this palace and all of its grandeur, there was really only one thought they could have. Whoever lives there, yeah, that guy's in charge. But Louis also used this palace to consolidate power as well, and he did it by forcing the French nobility to live there at least part-time. And with that move, he was able to remove power from them and situate it right beneath his fabulous high heels. And then the second example is the Inca Sun Temple in Cusco. Now remember that Inca rulers were considered to be direct descendants of the gods, and so to facilitate festivals of worship, Inca rulers built this temple whose walls were covered in sheets of gold and whose courtyards contained hundreds of golden statues. And again, since the rulers were associated with the gods, buildings like this served to legitimize their power. And then finally, we need to talk about how imperial rulers financed these huge militaries and monumental architecture and fabulous butt cuts, and that means we need to talk about systems of taxation. In the Mughal Empire, rulers established the zamindar system to collect tax revenue. Now remember that the Mughal rulers were Muslim, while most of the South Asian population was Hindu, which meant a healthy dose of suspicion toward their Muslim rulers. So to combat that, Mughal rulers employed local landowners called zamindars to collect taxes throughout the empire on behalf of the emperor. And this had the effect of extending imperial authority and consolidating imperial power. And then over in the Ottoman Empire, they created a system for collecting taxes known as tax farming. And essentially under this system, the right to tax subjects of the Ottoman Empire went to the highest bidder. And whoever got that right was authorized to collect taxes from a particular group of people, and they enriched themselves by collecting more taxes than were legally required and thus padding their pockets. And this system helped the Ottoman government by providing a reliable source of income at the beginning of every year, which came from the bidding for the right to tax. And furthermore, since these tax farmers weren't members of the official bureaucracy, the Ottomans didn't have to pay them since they paid themselves by fleecing the general populace. Nice. Okay, click here to keep reviewing for Unit 3, and click here to grab my note guides for all my videos so you can follow along and get all this information firmly crammed into your brain folds. And I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Heimler out.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone. But getting in the zone and staying there, that feels more like luck than something you can control. So that's why we made Brain FM. It's like a do not disturb setting for your mind, and it gets you focused in just 5 minutes. Using science and sound, Brain FM guides your brainwaves into an optimal state for productivity called neural phase locking, which lets different parts of your brain work together more easily. Compared to average music, Brain FM actually increases and sustains your focus over time, letting you stay in the zone for as long as you want. You can also use Brain FM for relaxation, meditation, and even sleep. But don't take our word for it. Join millions of others and try it yourself for free, and see what you get done with Brain FM.
Belief systems. They can hold empires together, or they can break empires up faster than a professional eater can pound a hot dog. So I reckon we ought to talk about Christianity, Islam, and some other religious blending that occurred during the golden age of the land-based empire. And so if you're ready to get them brain cows milked, let's get to it. So recall from the last couple of videos that we've been considering how land-based empires expanded and maintained power from 1450 to 1750. Expanding militaries played a big role, as did expanding bureaucracy. But here we'll consider how belief systems or religions both supported imperial power and challenged it. So first, let's visit our friends in Europe and talk about their dominant religion, namely Christianity. Now, Christianity had been the dominant belief system in Europe since the 4th century, and it was present even before that time. And as such, it became a kind of shared cultural glue among most Europeans. And even though Europe wasn't much more significant than a hill of beans since this course started, the church was present and active in most states. Before I tell you what changed, let me just mention that if you need help getting an A in your class and a 5 on your exam and made it, get that clicky finger out and check out my AP World Heimler review guide in the description. It's got exclusive unit review videos, no guides to follow along, practice questions, full-length practice exams, answer keys, and an AI Heimler bot that will make all your dreams come true. So if you need help studying, have a look. Okay, now in the 11th century, a bunch of the big-wig church leaders got to fighting over doctrines, and a massive split occurred, creating 2 different branches of Christianity. On one side, you had the Eastern Orthodox Church, which remained dominant in the East, and on the other side, you had the Roman Catholic Church, which remained dominant in the West. It was dirty as only religious disputes can be, but thankfully it was the last time a major split occurred in the Christian church. Oh, I'm getting word that there was in fact another dirty split in the church, and wouldn't you know it occurred during our time period. And to understand this split, you need to know a little bit about what the Catholic Church was up to during that time. So by 1500, the Catholic Church wielded enormous power in Europe, even though this is about the time when more powerful monarchs will begin challenging that power. Even so, the church was filthy rich and got busy building magnificent structures like St. Peter's Basilica in Rome to put that wealth and power on display. But as you may or may not know, basilicas do not pay for themselves, and so in order to fund all these building projects, the church began the sale of indulgences. And essentially that meant that people could purchase these little slips of paper which promised the forgiveness of sins, or got your dead Uncle Cletus a shorter time in purgatory. And then add that to several other corrupt practices going on, things like simony, which was the practice of putting high church positions up for sale, and the people's confidence in the church was waning. And that's when our boy Martin Luther enters the stage. He himself was a Catholic monk who spent his days, monking and studying the Bible. And that's when Luther became very troubled. He saw nothing in the Bible that said that sins could be forgiven in exchange for money, and he saw nothing in the Bible that said church offices could be bought. So Luther wrote a series of complaints known as the 95 Theses, denouncing many of the corrupt practices and doctrines he witnessed in the church, and he went ahead and nailed them to the church door in Wittenberg. And not surprisingly, the church branded Luther a...
Yo, should I make this slower? Yeah, the AP exam is probably gonna have the Ottoman Empire in it, just so you guys know. It's probably gonna be land-based empire. Should I make him slow? Bro, it's Heimler talks at 2.2 times speed already when it's normal. So what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? What should we do? Any ideas? Guys, AP World is tomorrow. Yeah. Nah, not me. If it's easy, if it's hard, we get a big curve. So
I have to finish this paper. I'm swamped. No one told me college would be so...
Let's review everything you need to know for Unit 4 of AP World History Modern. Before we get going, two things. First, everything we are about to discuss is happening simultaneously with Unit 3, so to find out about your land-based empires, your Taj Mahals, and your gunpowders, head over and check out that review video first. All of that, same time as all of this. Second, we are reviewing here. I made a review just like this for all 9 units over in the Ultimate Review packet, so follow the link in the description.
College Board. Yeah, I already did the released MCQs. I got like 45 out of 55 and 41 out of 55. So, yeah. I don't need to do the multiple choice, bro. Yeah, I multiple choice doesn't do anything. I'm just trying to get as much content as I can.
To get access to the study guides and the answer keys and practice sheet, a full practice.
Oh my gosh, that's not bad. That's not bad. You just gotta lock in.
Walk you through everything you need to know to be successful in this course and earn a 5.
I gotta go get food
you click
real
on this
quick.
video for Unit 4 review stuff, so let's review Unit 4 stuff. Okay, Unit 4, Transoceanic Interconnections. That's a mouthful. Let's translate. This unit focuses on Europeans going across the oceans and the impacts they have when they get there. Transoceanic interconnections. Notice how we barely mentioned the Europeans so far? Like back in Unit 1, there was something about serfs and feudalism, and in Unit 2, there was that traveler Marjorie Kemp. Oh, and the bubonic plague, but that's about it. Well, that's about to change drastically. Unit 4 is the coming out party for the Europeans. They're going to have their hands in pretty much everything else we talk about going forward. Unit 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The big picture of Unit 4 breaks down like this. A look at the explorers and the technology they used, the Columbian exchange, which resulted from all this movement across the Atlantic. Then it does what we covered in Unit 3, how the maritime empires established and maintain that power. Finally, Unit 4 zeroes in on the resistance to the European arrivals and the changing social hierarchies from 1450 to 1750. Need a guide? Use the study guides I've made for you over in the Ultimate Review packet. Download that bad boy. As we sail through this unit, you can follow along on your study guide, and if you missed something, no worries, I've even made you a key. Guess this review packet truly is the ultimate. But how are these transoceanic interconnections even possible? Technology. Navigational technologies were all over Units 1 and 2. Think of compasses and astrolabes. It's a pretty simple formula to get to Unit 4. Take the Unit 1 navigational technologies of East Asia and Dar es-Salaam, add that with Unit 2's trade routes spreading these technologies. Finally, mix in the growth of massive empires from Unit 3, and that leaves some Europeans cut off from the major trade routes. Specifically the Ottomans. Told you they would come back up again and again. But once they established their headquarters in Istanbul in 1453 and began clashing with the Europeans, the Western Europeans were essentially cut off from all the major trade routes we talked about in Unit 2. So the Europeans, beginning with the Portuguese, start looking for a new route around Dar es-Salaam. And this guy, Prince Henry from Portugal, was one of the first to start trying to go around Africa to the southwest. But without some navigational help, they would have just sailed out into the ocean and never...
Okay, I'm back. So use streaming software in order to stream on YouTube. Dog, I'm actually a fast listener, so I could listen to 2x speed stuff. Oh, I think he left. I'm not sure. I see ya. Yeah, you too. Good luck tomorrow. Yo, Mushy, let's do Minecraft later, but I'm gonna join another VC, but I'll be back. African diaspora. I see a fire. Honestly, I might just end the stream. I think I helped a lot of people, so I might just keep the stream up for like a few more minutes, but
Wow.
yeah, I'll share the link after I'm gonna end stream. So calm economy. Alright, bro. I don't know. It's my browser that does this. Ignore the noises, please. I have no idea. My browser, trust. Yeah, honestly, I think I might just leak the docs. Not gonna lie. Oh shoot. All right. Here's the document. Honestly, I think I might just delete that. Yo, how you doing? Can we start what? If you guys want to play a Quizlet, nah, I'm down for it. Not this one though.
Pain.
Hang on. Do you guys want to do a quizzes? Quizzes, okay. Yeah, for real, good luck on the exam. Okay. Guys, don't forget diaspora. You could use that as a vocab word. Good luck, guys. Nice, nice. Who shall win? I don't know. Fire. Unsafe name is crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? The music? I should actually add some music. Fire, you didn't see anything. Oh my gosh, my ears. How do I join? The code's right here. $18 people. Guys, if you want, join the quizzes. I'll go over more content after I finish eating, so I might also play on this, not gonna lie. Why? What happened to the music? Oh man. I'm gonna go get some more food. Probably pizza. I'll be right back. Oh nah, Shadowfire is playing. Oh, Willow Tree is actually doing really good. Interesting. See? No need to worry. Oh, as I said that she got it wrong. Dang it. Willow Tree is currently winning right now. She has one mistake, or he. I don't know. But yeah, guys, lock in. Bravo, bravo. Nice. One wrong, not bad, not bad. After I finish, I'll probably do another one then. Not gonna lie, yeah, drop the code, I might join as well. We need as much studying as we can get, bruh. Man, there's 14 people in here. Guys, lock in. Lock in. Let's go. Fartoy and Ottomans are the best. Moob is moving up too. Shadowfire's gotta lock in. No, my school doesn't do the AP. My school doesn't do AP Euro. Sadly. Yeah, it's the same for everyone, bruh. The same for everyone. The exam always starts at 12. But the bad thing is you can't talk about like what the prompts are or else you get reported. Oh, that's actually so lucky. I might ask my chem teacher to give me a free period to study, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, drop the code. Drop the code for the book. I might play. I just gotta go get food, bro. I'm so hungry. So true, bro. I gotta take a nap too. Yeah, good try. Fight actually did not bad. Good job. Okay. That's actually crazy. These questions. Yeah, sorry, bro. I didn't pick this. I can't find any good good stuff. Ooh, no way. Ooh. No, the AP exam always is the same day, same time for everyone. Everyone's doing pretty well. Not bad, not bad. Do you guys want me to go over anything? That's crazy, bro.
What? Alright.
Bro, these stories are actually insane. Alright, I think everyone's done, so let's Do you guys want me to go over anything? Cause my teacher's actually the GOAT, and like I basically know like everything. So I have all these sheets if you guys want me to go over anything. I think everyone's done with the quizzes. Should I do another one, or should we like go over the content now? The sourcing point? 1750, 1900. Okay, I got you. That's just like industrialization. That's the whole thing. Let's see. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The sourcing. Alright, let's see. Okay, it's 1750. Okay, so for the DBQs, so you have to state like what document you're on. Hang on, let me see if I could find something in here. There was definitely a DBQ thing in here somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so the DBQ is hang on, how do I okay. So like the first two sentences is the no, the first paragraph is the context, which is really easy, and the thesis. And then like the thesis, let's just say it's about let's see if I can find something in here. Hold on, let me pull up my handwritten DBQ real quick. Okay, so for my DBQ, I said I don't know what my thesis was. Religious tolerance can be beneficial and can encourage citizens to support the empire. However, religious tolerance can also hinder the empire, and conflicts between the empire and citizens can happen. So okay, so you have to say like doc thesis, like one point is you have to summarize. No, actually, yeah. So my teacher gave me an example. It's like when you look at different people, you tend to have biases on them. Like if a Confucian and a Christian comes into your country, you have bias. So the sourcing the document is explaining why, like the document was biased with something like what from their point of view. So let me. I have a DBQ in here somewhere. Let's see. Oh yeah, I found it. All right. So, oh yeah, you also have to tie like the documents back to the thesis. Alright, enough of that. Let's go. You said 1750 to 1900. Okay. Alright, so all you have to remember is this is basically like industrialization. Like imperialism, factories, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, also I'm not sure if this gonna be like a DBQ question or not, but Scramble for Africa, Berlin Conference. Oh yeah, the Belgium King, the Congo. There's also like a lot of rebellions. Global economy, railroads, steamships, the telegraph. All of this can be like, you can use this for your DBQ and stuff. Palm oil, minerals, cash crops, Dutch opium war. And there's also like migrations, slavery. Slavery is like for the cash crops. Oh yes, World War II. Honestly, I might just end this stream because not many people are watching it. So I might just end it right here and just study my own stuff. So good luck on the exam tomorrow, guys. I'm sure we'll be fine. Thanks for watching the stream. Thank you. But yeah, good luck on the exams. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to drop the link. If you guys want the link that I've been using, good luck studying. But yeah, for now, I guess just pray and hope that the exams are good. It's gonna be easy, so we will be